Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene, sitting in Derek's studio. Derek has gone out, I believe, to meet up with a client. It's a local client. Skylar is sleeping, even though it's only 6:30. She fell asleep after school, but she can stay up all night because there's no school tomorrow. My mother is on the phone with my sister, and I thought I would record. So I'm glad I don't have to be outside where it's noisy and pitch black. And even when I start recording during what I consider daylight, it ends up getting dark as I'm recording. So I'm just gonna, I'll be able to record more once I'm in my apartment. And speaking of being in my apartment, I have a furniture update. I got an email yesterday saying that my furniture was going to be put on a truck. So 3 weeks, it was 3 weeks in a warehouse, and now it's on a truck. And they still can't give me a delivery date. I'm so tired. They said 1 to 10 days. Well, we know 1 isn't happening because the warehouse was in Massachusetts. I moved from Maine, so it went to a Massachusetts warehouse, and they're not making it from Massachusetts to Mississippi in 1 day. Also, they're going to be making stops along the way, I would assume, unless, maybe they have stops past Mississippi and all the way to California. I don't know. They don't tell us anything. But the email said that 1 to 10 days, Derek said it'll be at least 12. And I was like, yes, if not even more. But at least I know it's on its way. Now, it makes me very nervous because I'm so afraid that it's not all going to be there. And I'm even more afraid that I won't realize that right away. I did number my boxes, but I'm going to be so frazzled. And then what am I going to do with my mother during that? I hate to have Derek be the only one taking care of her while I'm there with the movers, so I don't know. And then the email also goes on to say that, of course, the 10 days is just an estimate. And there's many things that can get in the way, which I understand, weather and accidents or broken down truck. It even says acts of God. And then after acts of God, it says, and other unknowns. Okay, they're covering all bases. I'm looking at Derek's screensaver or whatever. It's beautiful. It must be Wells. Can't show you because I don't want to turn things. Wells Beach, Maine, I'm thinking. So then the other thing is, it is going to be equally as stressful for me to unpack. No, I shouldn't say as stressful. The decluttering was very stressful. Remember how stressed out I was? I hated it. I hated it. I happened to see one of my videos pop up and it said, decluttering the small bedroom, and it was 6 weeks ago. And I was like, I was really doing that just then. I can't believe I did it all. I just can't. I threw away so much stuff at the end that it was almost a shame. But I did what I had to do. I got through it for the most part. There's still some stuff there, but I think I went through every drawer, every closet, things like that. So it was a nightmare, a fucking nightmare. I'll never forget it. I'll never do it again. But now the unpacking, I'm going to be so afraid to take a box and open it and not know where to put things, and then to have a box just be in a closet. I'm going to have to designate one area in a closet where things that I say, I don't know where to put this right now, have to go in a certain location. It can be put in a corner of a closet because I don't want clutter everywhere. And because I'm going to need to go through, I had over 50 boxes, and I'm going to need to go through them to find all my things. I was so organized at the beginning, and then at the end, I'm just throwing all kinds of things in. I need to find, all my sewing supplies, all the stuff. So I need to go through them all. And I thought I could possibly do some of that on camera. Pick a couple boxes, just open them up, maybe, talk a little bit while I'm doing that. And maybe it will encourage me to actually put the stuff away, or at least to make the decision Does this go someplace right now? Does it have a home? If not, it has to go in that section of the closet, and stuff like that. Maybe write down what's in that box so I know how to get my grubby hands on it. Then I have to set some kind of a time frame where all those boxes have to be emptied. And if I regret that I brought certain things, I'll dispose of them, because there were some things that I couldn't decide, so I just took them. And if I say, well, now I took them, so I might as well keep them. No, if my gut is telling me I don't really need this shit, I have to get rid of it. So you guys are going to help me to never have clutter again. And I absolutely am going to be living a minimalist lifestyle. And I do want to talk about that. And that can be anything. Anybody can have their own level of that. And some people, a minimalist is like there's absolutely nothing on the kitchen counters. I would rather have nothing in the cabinets and use the cabinets for storage for things like my office supplies, stuff like that, because I want all that stuff out of sight. And I would rather have the few things that I use to cook with, like my one pan and my one pot that I like to boil my water in to make my instant coffee, because that's how I like to make coffee. I want those things on the counter so that it's very easy to reach, wash, put it away right there on the counter. Maybe I will allow myself to put something in a cabinet, but I really like having my stuff right there. So, everybody has their own choices as to what they want to do when they are a minimalist. And I'm going to be doing that, and I'll be sharing with you how I do it and how it's working for me. So I think that'll be kind of cool, I think, don't you? I think so. You don't give a shit. I know you don't. So, big news, furniture. I'm so scared. I'm so scared and I just hope it goes well. I just do. I don't want them to come with only half my stuff and then, me have to be dealing with that. And I am concerned about my mother, and especially since we're changing hospice. But this hospice, when I had spoken to them a couple weeks ago, she said that they could possibly do respite, and I don't know if that would be something that could be set up quickly, because that would be really cool if I knew like what day that my mother could even just be there for that day. And we would not be living there right away. I have to set it up. I have to have, internet and my mother's TV. Everything has to be up and running before we actually start staying there. And then after that, hopefully, if they didn't lose all the personal papers that I need, I can apply for that veterans benefit for her that will partially cover some of her private pay aid care. And I will go back to hiring somebody for that, even if I have to go to a different agency, somebody who has people who are actually working and can fill that 4-hour per morning slot that I want. And we're just going to move forward from there. But get this, my mother hasn't done crocheting or crafts of any kind in a very long time. Her hand and arm just hurt too much to do any kind of crocheting. And I thought, if she could only do something, if she could do something, she could preoccupy her mind and, just zone out and do that. And a couple days ago, she mentioned crocheting, but I know that is going to be pretty hard for her. So I said, well, you just wait. When we get our stuff, I have all those crochet hooks, and, I'll get you some yarn, and you can try. And I was trying to think of other things, and today she said, I'd like to draw something. I was like, oh my God, why didn't I think of giving her paper and pencils and just saying, here, scribble, have fun. I used to print out coloring pages for her, and she absolutely loved that. She did that for a long time. It was just, the whole house was just all stuff like that she had colored, and she would cut them out, and she just really enjoyed doing that. So I didn't have any pages to print out. I couldn't use Derek's printer. He's been in his office all day. So I did just give her some paper, and I found, Skylar was still in school, so I found a whole bunch of like colorful gel pens. So I gave my mother that, and she just went nuts, just drawing flowers and little things, and what a help that was. Now, that's not a cure. That's not a cure for narcissism at all, but that the time she spends... My card ran out. I ordered another one, so when I go pick up groceries at some point, I will have that. Anyway, I was saying that the time she spends drawing or doing whatever is just time that she's not trying to pick a fight with me. Yesterday was a bad day, and this morning it just started out immediately just her wanting to argue, and it just sucked. It just drains me completely, and it's just so discouraging. Derek has this ring on his desk here, and I'm always playing with it when I sit here. I went to Dollar Tree to try to get her some more craft supplies, and I know Skylar might have some somewhere, but she's napping, so I didn't feel like bothering her and, asking her to help me look for stuff so Meme can draw and color. And the Dollar Tree next to me is terrible. The shelves are always a hot mess, and a lot of them are like that here. Like when Derek was in Mississippi, and the one in Olive Branch, and the one in Horn Lake when he used to live there. I mean, it's just like junk. And the one in Sanford, Maine was awesome. Beautiful craft section. And so I couldn't even get her markers. No markers. I could not get even a coloring book. The adult ones, it's too fine. She needs just a child's coloring book, and they didn't have that. So I came home with nothing but sweets, chocolates, stuff like that for her. But I will be getting her some craft supplies, and, I just thought maybe she'd have fun doing some other things, even like sewing cards. If I can, do they still make that for kids? I had stuff like that when I was little. I don't know. Just something very easy that she can do. But coloring is good, and drawing, that's good. And then I will absolutely, if she wants to crochet when we move, and she's in her lift chair, so she has a nice chair she can sit in. Oh my God, I'll be like, here, have all the crochet, all the yarn you want. And she can do that constantly. All right, I'm gonna hang up because my card is going to run out again. I just wanted to jump in and let you guys know I'm going to be glad when the furniture comes, at least for the sake of, it'll give us some new videos to look at. I'll be able to bring you some content there, and let's just get this done. All right, and I can't take forever to go through all that stuff. I have to set up that apartment. And just like you guys helped me to declutter, I still can't believe that. I can't believe that I'm not at that house. I just can't. I can't. And I haven't allowed myself to, be relaxed about that, because so far there's been nothing relaxing going on in my life. So, hopefully after my stuff comes and we're into that apartment, maybe I can start to relax a little bit and just appreciate the fact that I got all that shit done this summer, and you guys helped me. You don't realize how much, because, it doesn't seem to you like you helped me, probably, but the fact that I was holding myself accountable, that helped me, having you there to be able to hold myself accountable to someone. And I'm going to do the same with the unpacking and setting up the apartment in my new minimalist style. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.